But there's a sweet science to boxing. There's a sweet science to boxing.
The best and the coolest thing about my career is called the sweet science.
There's a sweet science to boxing.
It's to hit and not get hit.
Let's get to it. So you guys already know about Curmel Moton, man. Curmel Moton is on his way to 7-0. He already got a fight lined up for November. I think November the 30th, if I'm not mistaken. Now, he don't know who his opponent is just yet. Even if you go to BoxRec, it's going to say to be announced. So they already got the date locked in. They just don't know who the opponent is going to be. And listen, man, I just enjoy watching this kid, bro. I mean, he just came off of a fight last week where he got the victory. It was in the first round. It was a TKO stoppage, and the kid is just something special, man. And I know some of you guys are gonna be like, bro, that dude fighting a lot. This is gonna be his 5th fight this year in 2024. Yes, he's up and coming. This is what they do, bro. They fight this, bro. This is how it goes. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they fight more than 5 times a year. This is what they do, you know? So this is normal for somebody who's up and coming. You know, now for the stars, even they supposed to be fighting at least about 3 times a year. I know we hardly get that from these stars, but you know, they supposed to be fighting about 3 times a year, whereas the up and coming guys, it's normal for them to fight about 5 or 6 times a year. I make sure I catch his fight whenever he fights, and I'm just ready to see him again. But I'm talking about him because he just dropped his promo on his Twitter page, and I like that they doing these little promos thing now. I actually like them. It's actually pretty cool, you know. So he was just promoting his next fight. Like I say, I don't think he know who his opponent is just yet, but pretty sure we will know sooner or later. Moving right along, Tank diss Artur Beterbiev. Yes, dissing Artur Beterbiev, man, because Artur Beterbiev's coach, John Scully, said something that kind of irritated Tank. So I'm going to go and show you what he said. I'm going to go through Michael Benson's tweet because Tank deleted his. So, Michael Benson tweeted this: Gervonta Davis blasting Artur Beterbiev in response to a comment from Beterbiev's coach, John Scully, who said Tank wouldn't get into the Hall of Fame if he retired today. So when Tank heard that, he responded and said, that big, strong ASS goofy that he trained not a Hall of Fame fighter, and he's trash. Now listen, we all know that Tank can get really irritated, but sometimes I think he take it too far, and this coming from a Tank fan, I still think he takes it too far sometimes. I think he get far too sensitive about these topics. Listen, the man wasn't trying to talk trash, bro. He was just saying Tank wouldn't be in the Hall of Fame right now. He does acknowledge Tank is headed down that road. He just don't feel like Tank would be in the Hall of Fame yet if he were to retire today. And I said something like this similar about David Benavidez, even though I don't agree with John Scully. I think that Tank would be in the Hall of Fame if he were to retire today. But I said something like this about David Benavidez myself. I said if Canelo were to retire right now, Canelo would already have his legacy sealed. David Benavidez, he really wouldn't. If he were to retire today, he wouldn't be a Hall of Famer. He'll just be a WBC champ. You know, he hasn't really had that many big names. I mean, he had Cater Plant and Demetrius Andre. Other than that, what's he really done? But I do think John Scully was wrong. I think Tank does retire as a Hall of Famer if he were to retire today. Yes, I think he does retire as a Hall of Famer. I mean, listen, you can easily just go by the people that's in the Hall of Fame right now. There are people in the Hall of Fame right now that Tank has done more than them in the boxing world. There are people in the Hall of Fame right now who hasn't beaten over 10 champs. Yes, Tank has beaten 10 champs. And there are people in the Hall of Fame who hasn't beaten 10 champs. And not just going by that, that's just one of the reasons why I think that Tank will go in the Hall of Fame. That's just one of the reasons. So he definitely, in my opinion, if he were to retire today, would definitely go in the Hall of Fame. Now, maybe John Scully don't think that Tank would deserve to be going to the Hall of Fame, and I disagree with that as well. I think that he will go in the Hall of Fame, and I think that he deserves to go in the Hall of Fame if he were to retire right now. I would hate to see that, but he definitely will go down as a Hall of Famer, even without fighting Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, or Teofimo Lopez. He still will go down as a Hall of Famer. Whether you like it or not, that's just how the cookie crumbles.